Moxie isn't confidence. It's this. It is the one trait that no one's teaching girls. If you've been following along, you already know that we've spent a whole month talking about grit. You know, that first spark, that fire in your belly moment. It's what gets you off the sidelines. It's the courage or the curiosity or just flat out defiance. The decision to step into something uncomfortable, especially if you're scared. But once you step in, what keeps you going? Well, that's where Moxie comes in. Moxie isn't about starting. It's about not quitting. It's what kicks in after things don't go your way. Whether you've been rejected or you've been silent or you've failed, especially after failure. Because failure is part of the recipe. And when you know that, you know to step back in. And that's what this month is all about. Not just building confidence, but sustaining it through the mess and the discomfort. So let's get into it. What Moxie really is. So what is Moxie? Well, here's how I define it. Moxie is that get up and go after you fall. It's perseverance with a pulse. It's the trait that shows up after the moments have passed, when the crowd's gone and the outcome's uncertain and you're left asking in your head, do I keep going? That's when Moxie steps in. Confidence is the outcome, but Moxie is the fuel that gets you there. Confidence walks into the room, and Moxie, it'll get you to the door, even if the door is locked. But what are girls being taught instead? And let's be totally honest here. Most girls are taught they're just not taught how to keep going. They are taught to look confident, how to smile, speak clearly, use the right tone. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. That is performance. That is external confidence. I consider that to be fake confidence. And it crumbles the second something goes wrong. But what no one teaches girls is how to recover from a setback without shame. They're not taught how to try again after failing. They're taught how to stay polished and be perfect. And that's where Moxie comes in. Because Moxie is real, and it shows up when things get uncomfortable. So let's think of some real examples of Moxie. Let me give you a few here. When a girl tries out for a team and she gets cut, but then she trains harder, and instead of disappearing, she comes back. That is Moxie. When a girl raises her hand after she was embarrassed the day before in class, that's grit and Moxie. When she gets left out or made fun of, but doesn't let it define her worth, that's not confidence. That is just pure, simple Moxie. And the girls who build that Moxie muscle early, well, they become the women who keep going. And not because they're fearless, but because they're grounded and they understand that Moxie is part of the recipe. So, how do you build Moxie? This Moxie is actually the second ingredient in my book, Mix, Stir, Rise, A Girl's Recipe for Confidence that grows with her. So first we build grit, and then we stir in the Moxie, and things start to change, because confidence isn't a one-time thing. It's a recipe that you make over and over again, and you adjust it as you go along in life. Moxie isn't a vibe. It is a practice, and here's how you build it. You're going to start by normalizing your mistakes. Say things like, that sucked, but hey, I'm still standing. Or do the thing again. Even if you failed before, do it again. Stop chasing the polish. People don't connect with perfect. They connect with real. So choose growth over approval. Moxie doesn't need a round of applause. It just needs the next step. So if you want to be confident, don't rehearse confidence. Practice Moxie. Look, confidence is what people see. But Moxie is what gets you there. It's what's behind your growth. It's what turns setbacks into strength. And it is the one trait I never heard growing up. But boy, I wish I had. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm not confident yet. Well, good, because that means you're still showing up. You're still trying. You are still full of Moxie. So don't quit on that.